What's going on, guys? It's Faze Simp here, and today I'm going to be giving you the recap of our last 2 weeks of league matches. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so our first week after the minor ended up only being a one and done match weekend, and that ended up being against the Minnesota Rokkr. So the first map against the Minnesota Rokkr ended up being Hacienda Hardpoint. Now before I even get into the match, let me just say that one and done weekends absolutely suck, at least as the player. I mean, we just kind of want to keep playing, and I had to wait till Sunday last match to, get my lick in, and I don't know. It just is, I wish I had more matches than just one sometimes. At the end of this map, though, we ended up losing 239 to 250. Overall, I think we just trolled some rotations, especially around P2. I think we definitely messed some of those up. But yeah, overall, it was super close. Also, something funny that at the end of this map that happened, MC ended up having a Hellstorm that he tried calling in, but he ended up using his car instead, and I mean, doesn't get more unlucky than that. Alright guys, so the second map of the series ended up being Red Card S&D. Now overall in this map, I think we did a pretty good job of just getting first bloods and acting accordingly with them. I mean, we just pretty much used our numbers the whole map. And even when we didn't have our numbers, I mean, we're still catching clutches. I had an insane 1v2 and also MC had an absurd 1v2. We ended up winning this map 6-3, and even though it wasn't the cleanest of maps, I still think we got the job done, and our S&D's been looking good overall. Alright guys, after bouncing back on that Red Card S&D, we're heading into a protocol control. Now I feel like the story of control is usually defense, and honestly, this was kind of the opposite. We ended up spawning in on offense first round of this map, and usually it's defense sided, but we ended up taking this first round with, honestly, some ease. Overall this map, we did win 2 offenses, so I think we did a really good job of just having some pressure on the map and making sure to stop the clock when we needed to. But yeah, we ended up winning that protocol control 3-0, and we're going to a red card hardpoint now. So I'm not gonna lie, for the most part, this red card was an absolute smoke show. It ended up being a little bit closer in the end, but I think we were in absolute total control of this game. I feel like this red card against Minnesota, we always had the spawn we wanted, and I feel like we were always ahead of the rotations when we needed to be. At the end of this map, though, we ended up winning 250 to 169, and let me tell you, draws went off. Alright guys, so we ended up 3-1ing Minnesota, and that ends up being our only match of the weekend. So without further ado, let's get into the second weekend of matches. So our first match of the second weekend ended up being against Boston, and I'm not gonna lie, this was a smoke show. Even though it was a 3-0 in the series, this first map did end up being close, and I'm not gonna lie, it was super chaotic. So the first map against Boston ended up being Skyline Hardpoint, and we ended up winning 250 to 234. I honestly think there were a lot of rotations on this map where we created a couple of split spawns for them, and they kind of just took advantage and had a lot of good pinches to set up on us. I think the biggest takeaway from this map, though, is that our P1s on this map definitely need to be a little bit better. Alright guys, so the next map of the series ended up being Protocol S&D. Now I'm not gonna lie, this was an absolute speed run of a map. We ended up winning this one 6-1, and the only round we lost ended up being the first round. I think most of this map, we just had a really good idea of what we wanted to do, and we did a really good job of adapting to the kind of play style that they were playing through the map. And even when they did create a couple opportunities where they had man-up situations, I think we did a good job of either out-trading or catching a 2-piece to kind of get the numbers back in our favor. But yeah guys, after winning that map 6-1, we're now heading to another Protocol control. And just like the last Protocol control we played, we ended up winning this one 3-0 to finish the series 3-0. Honestly, the biggest takeaway from Protocol control in this series, in my opinion, is just how good we are on offense. I think we do a really good job of getting the takes we needed and even winning the offenses when we have the chance. But yeah, we ended up winning our first match against Boston 3-0, and now we're heading into our second match against Cloud9. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this Cloud9 series, it came down to the absolute wire. The first map of the Cloud9 series ended up being Red Card, and I'm not gonna lie, we started off the series super strong. We ended up slamming them just 250 to 130, and it was looking pretty good for the rest of the series. Overall, I think we did a really good job of just making use of our kills and staying ahead of the rotations on this map, as well as just really making sure that we were getting time on P5, because I feel like when given those chances, it's kind of hard to get time on P5s. But yeah, after winning that map, we're going to an Hacienda S&D. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is where things got, a little bit annoying, a little bit frustrating, but, it'll be okay. We ended up losing this map 5-6, even though we were up 5-3, and I think it was just one of those situations where we didn't really adapt nearly enough to what they were doing, and I feel like they were just doing a good job of kind of just like making us think, in my opinion. It was our first time on Hacienda in a match, and it was definitely a good rep, but I feel like they were doing a good job of just wrapping the map together. Even though we lost this surge, I'm still super confident in the mode as a whole. I think as a team we have a really good understanding of what we want to do on all the maps, and I'm confident. But yeah, guys, after throwing away that S&D, we're now heading to an Hacienda control where hopefully we can regain a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, we started offense on this Hacienda control round 1, and I don't think we really got a lot done. We kind of got some lucky ticks in at the end of the round to capture A, but overall, they did a really good job on defense just shutting us down. I will say, though, I think we played a better defense than them in general, just because we didn't really let them capture any point on their offenses, and even though the last defense did get a little bit dicey, I think we did a really good job of just using our teamwork, taking our time, and getting them off the map control that they had. But yeah, after winning an offense on this map, we ended up winning it 3-1, which, it's a huge control win for us heading into a map 4. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this might have been one of the craziest vault hardpoints I've ever played, or just spawned in on in general, just in this game since it came out. We ended up losing this vault hardpoint 241 to 250, And that was with the game clock going all the way down to like 7 seconds, which it ended up on like a third or fourth P2 or something like that, which was absurd. I'm not gonna lie though, I think BZ and I were setting absolute pace on the map. We almost had 40 deaths a pop, and I mean, with a bang out like that, I mean, we're running it down. Overall though, even though we lost it, I think it was a good vol rep for us going to the major. You know, we haven't played a lot in matches, but we put in a lot of work into it in scrims, and you know, even it being close like that in a match, you know, I'm confident in our vault. And like I'm talking about vault then, I'm going to be talking about vault now. We're going into a game 5 vault S&D. We started this map super strong. I think we started like 3-1 or 3-0. And even like a round after that, MC had an absolutely insane 1v3 clutch to just, you know, just demoralize them even more. This game did end up being a little bit dicey though. You know, we ended up winning at 6-4. And I'm not going to lie, I attached through an absolute Kobe nade. He hit a 3-piece car bomb nade that I've never seen ever before in my life. I was absolutely mind blown when it hit me. And I'll be surprised if someone can replicate that again all year, to be honest. Overall, though, I think we had a really good ISIS map. You know, being able to even just clutch up 6-4 on a game 5. You know, S&D wins you championships, so just being able to win one in a series, I think is huge for us. So it was great to get that dub 3-2, and it was great to get these 2 match dubs this weekend. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the recap of these 3 matches. If you did enjoy, make sure you drop a like. If you're new here, make sure you sub to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.